Now to the State House. That's where debate is underway for a bill that would restrict diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at state colleges and universities.
Our Becky Buds has the latest from the State House.
More than a dozen people testified against the bill during Thursday's hearing. However, it was still advanced out of subcommittee by a 4-2 vote.
We want to make sure that everyone will be treated equally regardless of their background or their beliefs. Everyone.
The bill, sponsored by Representative Tim McGinnis, aims to prohibit diversity statements in admission and employment decisions. It would also eliminate mandatory diversity training for faculty and staff members. Under the legislation, institutions would be required to report annually on administrative positions, operating costs, and complaints related to violations of the law to the Commission on Higher Education. This bill comes less than a year after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down affirmative action in college admissions. Supporters argue that banning DEI practices promotes a return to merit-based systems.
I want diversity, equity, and inclusion, and I believe DEI as it exists doesn't do what it intends to do. It does the opposite.
However, opponents fear it could exclude underrepresented groups and hinder efforts to address systemic inequalities.
DEI is not the boogeyman. DEI helps us to understand where others are coming from, others' experiences.
So I teach a course called The Convergence and Divergence of the Jewish and African American Communities, looking at where they came together, where they fractured. And if I cannot talk about systemic hatred, aggression, micro and macro aggressions, and other things named in this bill, there's nothing that I can do to benefit the students.
The bill does not stop universities from applying for federal grants or meeting accreditation requirements. The bill now needs approval by the full committee and the House floor before it can go to the Senate. Reporting at the State House, Becky Buds, News 19 WLTX.
Well, since last summer, 6 states have enacted laws banning diversity, equity, and inclusion policies in their state's public universities.